This demo is going to talk about how to use your computer and how we can get it set up for everything that we need to do. Let's talk about the different parts of the computer. First of all, if we go to the bottom of the screen, you will see the dock. It's everything down here. Now you have a lot of items down here that you won't need to be using. So let's start talking about them. Starting on the right, system preferences, we don't need this. So everything that I say we don't need, we can just click and drag off of the dock and it will poof, disappear. Go ahead and turn the volume up. So we didn't need that, we didn't need Time Machine, we don't need GarageBand, we don't need iMovie. QuickTime will not be there for you. It's there for me because I'm recording everything here. We will be using iPhoto at some point, Photo Booth at some point. We do not need iTunes. We do not need Preview. We do not need iCal or Address Book or iChat. Safari is fine. Mail we don't need. Dashboard we don't need. And the App Store we don't need. What we have left is the Finder, which I will talk about shortly. Safari, which is an internet browser. Photo Booth will help us take some pictures. iPhoto, which will help us store pictures. And like I said, QuickTime is something that I'm going to be using, but you guys will not be. Just because we got rid of these items from the dock does not mean that these items are gone altogether. In this Applications folder right here, if I go ahead and click on it, you will see that this contains all of the programs that your computer has. There are some programs that we're going to want to put in that dock. One of them is Photoshop CS4. Now it's inside this blue folder. Do not drag this blue folder, but click the blue folder and you will see the program right here. Take this icon and drag it to your dock. Also, we're going to be using Adobe Illustrator. Click on this orange folder. Here's the item. Drag that to your dock. You'll see that there's a little space that it makes for you, knowing that it's going to go down there. Adobe Bridge we will be using at some point, so take this and drag it to your dock. Those are the programs that we're going to be using a lot. Let's talk a little bit about the Finder. When I click on the Finder, you may see this, you may not. First of all, let's talk about what you see on the left side here. You might see something that's shared, and you see a whole list of other computers that are on the network. You don't need to look at this, so if you click on this little triangle, it will hide what's in the shared folder. That's how the little triangles on the side work. You have your places, like your desktop, the art department. This will say your HAL account name right here. It will also say your name up in the top here. I'm under the art department name, so that's why this is what it says. Your applications, this is the list of all of the applications that are on this computer, just like in this applications folder here. And a documents folder. In this case, I have a lot of things in this documents folder. Yours would probably be empty. When it comes to these computers, you will be seeing a lot of things in this demo. For example, whenever I touch a button on my keyboard, it'll show up here at the bottom of the screen. This is me touching the space bar and holding it down. This is me holding the command button. This is me holding the control button. And this is me holding the alt button. So these symbols are ones that you're going to need to know and recognize. On these computers, there isn't really a right-click setup. So if I click, first of all, you're going to see a red dot so you can see where I'm clicking. Or if I double-click, you will see two red dots. It kind of looks like a target. But in order to do a right-click on your keyboard, there is the control button. So if I hold the control button and click, the right-click option will come up. You will see whenever I right-click because there will be a green dot on the screen, right? Right-clicking onto the desktop will do things like maybe you can create a new folder or arrange your icons. If I create a new folder, I can title the folder and maybe call it whatever class this is. So if this is a design class, show up right there. I can move this folder wherever I want. Also, if I go back into the Finder, this is a way for us to find our files. In your HAL account, you will have a list of everything that you already have in your HAL account. The desktop is a folder that was created by the Macintosh computers, and it contains everything on your desktop. So this design folder is on my desktop. It's also in my desktop folder. And then in the design folder, we have nothing. All right, let's talk about these buttons up here. On a Windows computer, these buttons are usually on this side. The button that is on this side, don't click. It just gets rid of information. Notice when I click it, it just kind of gets rid of the things on the side and the top. If I click it again, it brings that information back. These buttons, however, the red one, as you saw earlier, it closes the window. The yellow one will minimize the window into the dock. If I click it again, it will open it up. And the green button will make the window as big as it needs to go to fit the information. So right now, this information, there's a lot more space than there is information, so if I hit the green button, the window gets smaller. But if I would need to scroll to get to more information, that green button is going to make it bigger so you can see all of the information. Yes. Another thing to know is, let me see, we've got this Finder window open. Now if I go ahead and click on this folder, I now have two Finder windows open. This might be something good to know so that you are able to take something from like maybe one folder, maybe my Documents folder, this image. I can drag this image from here into my Design folder, or I can drag this image back into my Documents folder. Documents folder, Design folder. I'm going to keep both of these open right now, and I'm going to open up Safari, which is the internet program. Now, you don't always have to use Safari. We do have two other options for you that are downloaded. Firefox, which you may be familiar with, another internet browser, and the other one is Google Chrome. But we're going to be using Safari right now. So Safari, it brings us first to this Apple homepage. Under your HAL account, you can make any bookmarks that you want or anything like that. But we're going to talk about saving pictures. All of these here up on top are pictures. If I wanted to save any of these, all I'd have to do is click and drag it to the desktop. That's as easy as it is to take a picture and save it to the desktop. Or this poster for Warhorse. I believe I can just click and drag it over to the desktop. Or if I'm looking up a picture of flowers, I can look to Google Images of it, find a nice picture of a flower, see the full-size image, I can drag it over to the desktop. Now the desktop is easily covered up with many windows that we might have around here. If you need to get to the desktop, instead of moving the windows around, you can quickly push the F11 button. When I push the F11 button, all of the windows go off of the page, so I can easily see what's on my desktop. Push it again and everything comes back. The F10 button and the F9 button will take your windows and spread them out so you can see all of the windows that you have open, even if they're covering each other. And I can say, oh, I want to go and have Safari on top. Or maybe I want this Documents folder on top. That is how you do that. Let's close all the windows now, and I'm going to take these and drag them to the trash. To empty the trash, you just have to click and hold on the trash can, and there's the empty trash option. Let's talk about Illustrator next.